Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Rob Martinez. I'm a retired Chief Warrant Officer, United States Army. I was a 254 Alpha, and this was my first week of doing Hot Shot. And I'll talk to you a little bit about it, and I'll try to include some pictures. I don't really have patience for all of it, but I thought I can help you out. And maybe y'all can help me out, because I find it difficult working with civilians. So, first week, I'm using my Chevy Silverado 2500 heavy duty Duramax engine, and pulling a 40-foot gooseneck made by Stryker. It's 3 axles. Number one, I never had anything with 3 axles. So if you do get into the business and you do get a trailer with 3 axles, my advice to you is don't just jump on a road like I did, and do some backing up. And it's a little different. You just got to be a little more slower. Be gentle on the turns. It's not like a 2-axle where you can just whip that thing around. It's nothing. I got the gist of it now, but you know, it was a lesson learned. It would have been nicer if I just took at least a couple of hours out in the parking lot and just drove it around just to get the feel of it. All right, so my first week, I'm working with a company called Hot Shot 107. They're based out of Zanesville, Ohio. Once again, it's my first true experience working with civilians. And immediately on that Monday, I had a first load. As soon as I dropped off my load, I think I picked up the load in Ohio. I dropped it off maybe in Pennsylvania. And before I even got to my drop-off point, dispatch is already calling me with another load. So that was great. You're always working. You're always going nonstop. Every time I had a load, and just about before I was dropping off, I was getting a call back. Interesting thing though. Funny. Here I am. I'm a Chief Warrant Officer, and you guys know what the Army's like. You guys know what it's like to change Humvee tires and all that. On Friday, the last day of the week, I had to pick up my final load before, we hit our 32-hour mandatory or 34-hour mandatory downtime. And I had a tire blowout. And pulled off to the side of the highway, and I called the dispatch office up. One of the civilians, I think he might be even one of the part owners. I'm like, hey, I got a tire blowout. He's like, okay, change the tires. Okay, I never changed the trailer tire. Before I could finish, I proceeded to get my ass chewed out by this guy. You've never changed a tire before? You've never changed a car tire before? Chief Warrant Officer Martinez, 20 plus years in the Army, never changed a tire? Shit. Change a Humvee tire? You ever change a Humvee tire? That's work. And I'm not just telling about changing tire. I'm talking about tire off rim. Remember, troop strap? You guys know what I'm talking about, you vets. So I'm sitting here, and he's rimming me about it. And I'm like, dude, I'm only saying that for expectation management. It's my first time doing it. So, as a leader, you shouldn't, in the military, as a leader, if my soldiers come up and I give them a task and they say, Chief, I've never done that before, I'm like, okay, yeah, just make it happen, right? And that's how it is. But I know in the back of my head, they've never done it before, so they're not going to be as fast as Joe Snuffy. But they're going to get it done. So at no point did I tell this guy, I said, I never changed the trailer tire before. In the spare tire, the lug nuts holding it are pretty deep, and I didn't bring any deep impacts. First week on the job, so it's not like you get a prescribed load list, like we do in the military before any mission. But I put one together, and guys, I will share that with you with things that you should have on the road. And so I was just like, the deal, guys. You getting your ass shit? All right, yes sir, whatever. Boom, drive on. And it made me realize that civilians think on a different cylinder. They're not like us, and it pissed me off. Shit. I wanted to light them up, but it's first week on a job. You don't want to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? And I always like to pride myself as being a professional. So I'll just drive on, take the ass sure, just whatever. But it made me think about when I was in orientation, and the gentleman giving the orientation was like, you ask a lot of questions. Well, we're not there yet, isn't it? And I'm just like, well, am I asking a lot of questions? It's what I normally done my whole military career. So adjusting to the way civilians are, the way their mindset is, and the way they think it seems like a challenge to me. I don't know. Maybe you guys out there are just clicking and jiving with these folks, but I don't know. I just don't think their mindset. I'm on the side of the road. I'm thinking safety. I'm thinking getting hit by a truck. I'm thinking, is this trailer level? Is it on level ground? And then all different things, and I'm just hearing barking about, you never changed a tire before? Change tire? And then finally pulled off to a Lowe's parking lot, which, guys, use the Lowe's parking lot. They're cool with it, right? So if you need some additional tools or something like that, you forgot some, because we all forget things from time to time. Checklist will be coming out, because I will not forget another fucking tool, especially when I got a garage full of tools and a storage shed. So, I get in there, I get it all done, and he hits me up, and I was just like, I was just reaching out to the tire package place. Now, I purchased 2 tire packages because I believe in 3 courses of action. First is the tire warranty from the company that I bought the trailer from, Stryker. I believe in, and then I bought an additional package to the bank that I did financing for, and it was a 24/7 package, right? So I had 2 courses of action, me being the 3rd course of action, because I don't want to have much downtime on the road, so I always want to have options. And I said, hey, I was just, I was just on the horn with the dealership, and they didn't even have me in the system. And once again, here comes that civilian. Well, Stryker doesn't wait on you. They're not 24/7, and I'm just like, stop. I paid a premium for 2 tire packages, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. And I didn't need the lecture. And you definitely know, when it comes to soldiers, there is nothing a civilian can tell a soldier to do that a soldier can't do. There is nothing at all. If you're a member of the military forces and you've been in for a long time, there is nothing that we can't do. We can do anything. Stryker didn't have mud flaps on my trailer. I went to Lowe's and bought 2 doormats, rubber, some self-tappers, and some washers on the road. It is what it is, right? So those are lessons learned. The cool thing was, so let's talk about my loads, right? The first load was by a company called ADS, and it was large pipe, right? Large PVC light type pipe, about 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, very large. Troop straps, right? Lesson learned. I'm a new guy, so you veteran hot shotters, don't dig on me, don't chew me up. Just give me advice. That's it. You know what I'm saying, brothers? So I got the troop strap out, I got the ratchet straps out. I got the heavy end, the ratchet part, that needs to be on the driver's side, so you keep an eye on it at all times. I take that piece, and I just, I'm doing a cowboy whip, right? Trying to, and it's like, hitting the top, coming back down, hitting the top, coming back down. I'm looking around like, I hope nobody sees this dumbass doing this shit. So then the technique was just basically wing it back and wing it over, and it, too easy. So it got over, right? So you put 2 straps in the front, and once again, I'll show you pictures. 2 straps always in the front, 2 straps in the back, and then every 2 to 4 feet, whatever, straight down the line. It's, when you see the pictures, you'll get it. It's fairly simple. Now, first time unloading, I drive into the facility. I always called, right? I always call before the pickup, because that's what they briefed us to do. So I call before. So make sure you guys do this. Make sure once you get your order, you call before and say, hey, my name is Rob, or whatever, blah, 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 whatever company you work for, and I'm on my way to pick up. I should be there giving them an ETA, and boom, they'll be waiting for you. So that's one. So I went there. So on back to the dropping off, I called ahead. I had to wait in line. I never go straight ahead. I stop a little bit. There's always a sign or something that tells drivers what to do for you new guys like me. So just pay attention to the signs, read the signs, and you'll be fine. Always make sure in your vehicle you have a hard hat, reflective vest, or road guard vest, whatever you want to call it, gloves, safety glasses, and steel toe boots. and jeans, long pants. I wear 511s. I think they're very comfortable. You guys know what I'm talking about. So go in there, you follow a forklift guy, right? It takes you to the point. You gotta take your straps off. So the first time I did this, I unhooked the ratchet straps on one side as I walked down the driver's side. Then I walked to the other side and I pulled the ratchet strap over. So here's my big ratchet just flying over and banging right on the hard floor. I did 2 of those and I was just like, oh man, this can't be right. I'm gonna end up destroying my ratchet straps. I'm paying a fortune in replacing these things. Well, you know, of course, first week, and then I looked at the situation and I said, I got it. So you loosen the ratchet straps first, guys. Then you walk to the other side and you loosen your clamp. You get your clamp off. Clamp's just a little metal piece, right? Then you go back to your ratchet strap, just pull the clamp over it, and no damage. Too easy. So that was a lesson learned on my part. The one thing I did have a challenge on, and if anybody's even this far into this video paying attention, and I'm gonna end it right here, and then each week I'll do a week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so forth as I get more and more experience. And the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is because there's a lot of veterans out there, and there's a lot of veterans in hot shot out there. Pointers, share your knowledge, post them in the comments, and help me out so I can be a safer and better driver out there. Also to note, I'm non-CDL, so keep that in mind. The hardest thing I had to do, maybe, and definitely need advice on this, is I had a McDonald's sign, the Golden Arches, right? About 13.5 feet high, on top of the trailer, right? It was pretty high. Weighed 2,000 pounds, which is not much. And I strapped it down according to exactly the way the shipper wanted to strap down. Right on top of the M's, right? They had a steel bar. And D-ring here, D-ring here. The other M, same thing, steel bar, D-ring here, D-ring here. They wanted one troop strap to go through the D-ring, straight down, with the ratchet straight down on the other side. So you had like a V. You get what I'm saying? It was like a V. Hook onto the trailer, ratchet. And it looked just like that with the M's on top. So I drove 50 miles down, and according to company policies, they want you to pull over and check straps. So 50 miles down, pull over, straps all loose. I'm like, oh, this is bad. So I remember doing some research, and they said do a twist and a half. I did a twist and a half, and all straps, once again, 50 miles down, weren't as loose, but were loose. So I did another loop, and it kind of stayed pretty much tight for the remainder of the way. But every gas station stop, every truck stop, excuse me, every time I filled up, or anytime I felt uncomfortable or saw any wave, I would go out there and just give it a click, just one click, as much as I can go, because they didn't want it super tight. You know, it was one of those where you had to be just right, but not overly tight, because you could have damaged the arches. And that was my biggest problem. So this is Chief Martinez signing off. I love you guys, especially my brothers and vets, my battle buddies. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I'll post pictures with this as well. Thank you. Bye.